Working Dragon Mystic, where we discuss real metaphysical and occult knowledge so that you can manifest real and tangible results in your life. This week, I'm going to continue our outdoor series, however. I mentioned in my review of the One Tigress tent that I have, that I also have a wall tent. And I got a lot of questions and requests about that tent, people wanting to see it. Some of you may know we recently went camping for a few days. So me and the wife decided to take that tent. We've never actually used it. We've got it. We set it up. We took a look at it, but we never actually got to use it yet. So we actually took it with us. I was really anxious to see how it would work since we would both be there. We were going for more leisure camping, so we was going to have a lot more stuff than I would also take. And since this is supposed to be a 12 by 10 massive wall tent with lots of room, and it even has a place for a wood stove, I wanted to take it and try it out. And I was going to go ahead and get the video footage out there of it set up and do the walkthrough of it while we were there. And that's exactly what I did. So real quick, let's cut to that video. And then I'll come back and give you my afterthoughts of the Ozark Trail wall tent. Hello everyone, I'm Drake. I am out here camping with the wife, and I told you all I would do a video of the wall tent I mentioned in the last tent review. And since me and the wife's out here, we actually brought it with us. We're out here for 3 or 4 days, so we figured set up the wall tent, camp with a little extra luxury than just a little ground shelter or whatnot. So if you will, this here monster is the actual wall tent. This is an Ozark Trail, believe it or not. It runs somewhere between $400 and $500. If you get it on sale, you might get it less. It is a 10-foot by 12-foot wall tent, 7 foot to the top. I am 6'2", so you can see how tall the ceiling is. And there is indeed a stove jack on this side over here. So you could even take this winter camping with a stove. We're in the middle of a burn ban, even though it's been raining the whole time we've been here. So we have been hunkered down in there. However, because I'm me, and the family motto is anything worth doing is worth overdoing, I went ahead and put up a privacy curtain where the stove would be, so I could literally take up the same room that the firewood and the stove would take up, so that while we're here, we know how much room we have. Now, it has been raining. We have sprung no leaks. It has done amazing. I'm actually impressed. But other than that, what do you say we go inside and actually show you how much room we have in here? Camera gremlin, follow me in. Okay, so over here is where the stove jack is. That's where I have put the little privacy tent shower blind thing that most people have seen. It takes up a crap load of room, and you can still see here in the tent with me standing, again 6'2", boots on, I got more than enough room. I could use this place as an office, and we even got 2 cots in here. I'll have to do a different video on these cots. This thing, they say it'll hold 600 pounds. I don't know about that. I ain't no 600 pounds, but it will hold me comfortably. Bring a pillow though. I forgot my pillow. Yeah, it does have 3 large zip windows with vents. You got one on each wall. It does have vents up here. And again, like I said, that privacy curtain takes up where the stove would go. And there is a zip out section of the floor, so the stove can sit directly on dirt, not on the floor. Which, speaking of the floor, it does have a full rubber bathtub style detachable floor. And if you can see this, it literally just Velcros on there. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Part of me likes it because that means when I go home, I can literally just lay this out and spray it and it's clean. The other part is it doesn't really, like, it's baggy, it's loose. I thought we'd leak. But so far, outside what we've tracked in through the door, nothing's came in. So I'm really liking that a lot. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this frame, there's pins at the bottom of the frame that help hold the canvas on. And those are really difficult to get in. I don't know. People say they put it up by themselves all the time. Me and her fought with it. And I'm actually, she had the idea of cutting like 1/2 inch off this bottom pole here, because we actually already have bent one of the brackets. Straight up, we bent it. And I think that would make it easier to go up. I really do. So, Ozark Trail, if you're watching this, the frame needs a big redesign. There's no way around it. It really needs a redesign. But that said, if you guys are going camping, I would not take this on a day trip. I wouldn't. In the package, it weighs 100 pounds. So this is definitely something where you're taking the car, in the winter, if you have a sled, a four-wheel, something you can put it on. Because unless you're Hercules, you're not going to carry this with you on a hike. But that aside, if you are taking whether you're going for a week-long hunting trip or you and some friends are going camping, this is amazing. Because even with these 2 cots, we got plenty here. We could put another person in here easy with no issues. So yeah, I just wanted to share it, let you all see it, because I did mention it and I had some people asking about it. I'm pleasantly surprised with it. I really am. I'm looking forward to maybe getting a chance to actually use the stove jack, since when there's not a burn ban. But other than that, yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video and check it out. I looked for it on Amazon, couldn't find it on Amazon. I had to go straight to walmart.com. So if you are interested in it, go check it out, see what you can. I think next time they had a bell tent, single pole. I think if I get a family tent, I'm probably going to do that, unless they change this frame design. But that's a while off. I think this is going to last a while. It's pretty durable. All right. Okay, so there you go. Past Drake was out there in the rain having him some fun, and now I'm back. Now let's talk about the tent a little bit. The entire weekend we were there, it did rain. It was raining very heavily in the evenings, and at no point did we have any leaks or any issues with the rain. Honestly, made an amazing shelter. You did see where I set that privacy blind up. That's exactly where the wood stove would go. As I mentioned, we were under a burn ban, so didn't get to use it, but I wanted to eat that space up. Never became an issue. The cots there, they were nice to have. Now, I will say this, though, there's a gap at the door and the floor right there when you come in. That kind of interested me. I mean, you're supposed to be able to bring that front floor flap up in some way. We didn't figure it out, I'll be honest with you. And at one point, we did have a little chipmunk come say hi. Once he realized we were in there, he buggered off, though. Other than that, there was no issues. Really great tent to hang out in, camp out in for a long camp out. And that's kind of the important one, because by the end of the camp out, I was feeling exhausted. My back was hurting because I didn't bring a chair with a back on it, anything to lean back against. So I spent the whole weekend just, free sitting or leaning forward with bad posture, whatever. Which was a problem, because when it came time to take the tent down, my back was so fatigued, it took a real long time. I was having to do it in stages. The wife was helping, honestly. If it wasn't for her, I don't know, I might have given up and left the tent there, to be honest with you. I know this sounds horrible, but that said, we did get it taken down relatively quickly. Actually, I think it took us maybe 30-40 minutes to take it down, even with that problem. Definitely easier to take down than put up. But we were able to get the tent and the poles in the bag easily enough. The floor, we did not get back into the bag at all. And you all know how much I am picky about bags and the fact that it should go in there easily. That was one of the things that the One Tigers tent I loved, is how easily it can go back in the bag. This won't. Even the bag unzips and expands to get bigger. And I mean, it's a huge, like, think of a large family cooler, or if anybody's seen like a Navy sea bag, those big duffel bags they carry, this bag is bigger than both of those. And it just, the tent, the stakes, everything went in except the floor. The floor did not go back in. Now, of course, we're going to be setting it back up to clean everything out before we officially put it away for the winter. But at the same time, even then, I don't know if it's going to go back in there. It's going to be a struggle one way or the other. This could be why a lot of people don't even bother using that floor when they use the tent. So I'm kind of seeing that thing. We did not get to use the stove at all. Burn ban lasted the whole time, unfortunately. So this is definitely a tent that I'm not going to be using on solo camps. I'm really not. I will be using it only for group camps or stuff like that, and long-term ones. Even if it's an overnight, like if me and the wife just want to go do a night of camping, we'll probably take the One Tigris, because like it never got cold enough out there that we actually needed the fire. I don't actually have a winter sleep system yet. I want one, but we were fine. My wife gets really cold. Her sleeping bag's a relatively inexpensive Coleman, and she was fine. She did okay. So it didn't get too cold for us. So for the one night, I'm definitely taking mine. For any solos, I'm definitely taking mine just for the simplicity. I think I would need to be out in the wood 3 days minimum for this tent to count. Now, one of the things about my back, I do think if I took a pillow, that might be a better option. I will say my cot does need a sleep mat. This is again one of the reasons I tell you people, check your gear. I meant to sleep on that cot before we went. I did not. I laid on it. I set it up. I laid out on it, stretched out on it, wallowed around on it to make sure it wasn't going to break or anything, and all that, and nothing. And it seemed comfortable, and it is comfortable. However, I'm a side sleeper, and to be honest with you, throughout the night when I'm sleeping on my side, that thing does get uncomfortable after a while. I had probably 3 or 4 hours on that cot. Your joints are sore, or mine were. So I think even just a slight, like I do have an air mat that I sleep on when I go camping in the summer. I think if I'd put that on there, been perfect. But Ozark Trail did a really good job with this tent, in all honesty. I know I knocked the frame, and I know I knocked the setup. Okay. Wall tents can be tricky to set up depending on the style, especially these larger ones like this. They do have smaller options, and I may look into those too. I'm still waiting to see if the wife enjoys wall tent or hot tent camping before I invest in something like that. Of course, Ozark Trail, like I mentioned in the video, does have a bell tent, which is kind of like a teepee with walls, and it still does have that center pole, sets up easy. But then there's the size of these tents. A lot of campsites may not be able to actually accommodate a tent of this size. Even where we were camping, when we was guiding it out, there was a lot of rocks in the ground, so it made putting the guidelines out really difficult. It never got technically windy enough that we needed them, but if it did, that would have been an issue for me, and I don't like that. And it could be the stakes that came with it. I honestly do want to purchase new stakes. It came with what I believe are just stainless steel generic little tent stakes. They're not bad by any means. They're quite durable, but I would prefer something a little more lightweight, something a little easier to drive into the ground, something with a preferably circular or flat head, because these are just the rounded little bent metals, stakes. I think that would have helped. But considering wall tents normally start at about $1,800 and this tent is $500, that's a heck of a deal, honestly. So if you are interested in a wall tent, give this one a check out. Just be aware that this is it's not an easy setup, and the takedown can be annoying as well. And in the bag, like I said, it weighs 100 pounds, and that's not an exaggeration. It is a very heavy carry. I'm not sure if most of that's the frame or the floor. The frame does weigh a lot. I know it looks small and everything lightweight, but the frame has a lot of weight to it once it's in the bag. And I think even my wife, as much as she enjoyed having all the room we had, she's looking toward something similar to like what I got with the one Tigress, because you saw how much room when I did that tent review. There was room for my cot in there easily. And if you don't have a stove, you could easily put 2 people in there, no issues. So we're looking at possibly doing that. And if I'm going to need a sleep mat anyways, I'm kind of thinking might even see about getting a sleep mat where I can eliminate the cot and have a winter sleep system, just sleep on the ground. Sleeping on the ground never bothered me at all. In which case that would actually open up more room into that tent. But yeah, I gotta say, for the price, I really do like this tent. And I do hope I get an opportunity to use it again soon. One of the things we are talking about using this tent for is we thought it'd be a lot of fun to take it. There's a few Ren fairs we know of where you can go and camp for the weekend. Well, since it has that kind of whole medieval tent vibe coloration to it, not exact design, I thought it would be fun if me and the wife were able to go down to Ren Fair, set this up, spend the whole weekend down there. Got plenty of room to change into your different garbs or whatnot if you want to. Plenty of room to sit and relax. A lot of privacy. It'd be a great tent for something like that, I do believe. And that's probably what I'm going to end up using it for more than anything. Of course, we got to find a room fair that's back up and running, unfortunately. We'll see how that goes, won't we? But yeah, all in all, it's a good tent for long-term camping. Like maybe if you're going out and doing a week deer hunting, setting up a deer camp would be a great aspect for that. But for just a quick going out, grab a night or two by yourself, I mean, even if I was taking 2 or 3 people with me, I wouldn't take this tent. I really wouldn't, even for an overnight. There's just so many other tents that would be easier to set up, in my opinion. Now, as far as on the glamping scale, it's pretty nice. It's really nice. I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice tent. With those windows open, ventilation is amazing. It never got sweltering in there. The top vents gave good ventilation even when we had the windows zipped up at night. All in all, I'm happy with it. Very happy. Of course, got my critiques, got my issues, but overall, I'm happy with it for the price. You can't beat it. And like I said, I am considering making some modifications to it. If I do that, I'll come back, let y'all know if the modifications worked or what, and give you some feedback on that as well. All right. Till next time, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. Get outdoors, have some fun. That's one of the reasons I do these videos on this channel. I love the outdoors. I know a lot of people who practice magic love to get out there. I didn't get to do all the videos and stuff I'd wanted to do when we went camping because it burned band, but that's okay. I plan to try and get back out there more. But get out there and enjoy the outdoors. It is a lot of fun, and stay tuned. We're going to be doing more videos about the outdoors, stuff you can use, ways you can get out there, ways you can enjoy them, even techniques for camping or bushcraft, those kinds of things. All those things that can make your trip into the woods or hiking and camping far more enjoyable. All right. If you would, give this video a like. Helps us out a lot. Great way to support us. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you're notified anytime we release a new video or go live. We go live every Sunday. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, if you would like to support the channel, check out the channel memberships or our Patreon with members-only benefits and perks, okay? And until next time, everyone, I'm Dre. Take care. Bye-bye.